What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend, and today, day trading stocks, I made $8,698.61. Now, that's actually not that much more than yesterday, but I am a lot more pleased with how I played today. Definitely my execution was a lot better, and you know, pretty much everything kind of played out exactly how I expected. ILUS was great. I actually got a video of one of my trades on that, so I'll show you guys that in a second here. Pretty cool, man. Made over $3,000 in like 5 minutes on that one right out of the open, so that was nice. But it was a nice dip buy, guys, and you know, hopefully you guys were prepared for that because of my video, and I'm excited to see what that thing continues to do because it's holding up pretty well, and at this height, you know, holding up that well means potentially we get another leg. So I definitely want to give you guys my thoughts on that, talk about some more of these plays that are popping up, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. So let's type into my laptop, talk about these stocks, and help you guys make that money. All right, guys, so I'm here on my laptop, and these are just a few charts I want to show you guys because I feel like they're pretty important in terms of, you know, what is working right now in the OTC market. So we've been having a lot of these breakouts where, you know, there was a high set a while back, and then it does, you know, this nice pullback, nice curling action, and then breaks those highs and sees a really nice run. So this is just one example of a chart that is currently setting up for that. I've heard there's some good DD, due diligence, you know, research on this stock. I haven't done any looking into, you know, the DD behind this stock, but I do like this chart a lot, and I think we could get a really nice breakout on here. So I'm probably going to try to pick up some shares this tomorrow. I don't have any yet, but I really like this chart. I'm a fan of it, especially if it plays out the way that some of these other ones have been playing out. So speaking of that, is CYBL. This is a really good example. I'm gonna have to zoom in because I mean you can see here kind of the same thing. You know, it spikes up, pulls back, and then you know, when it breaks these highs, you see the beautiful breakout. This had a crazy rip today, some very good dip buys, and you know, this was just a nice play all around. This one is definitely on watch tomorrow, potentially for some more dip buys, because today it had some really clean ones. If you go and look at the intraday chart here, I mean, they were, I would say, like 3 really good opportunities. Well, I guess really just 2. I mean, we had the nice spike right here, right out of the open. Did have some nice consolidation, but once it broke down past this key support level there, 45, it just fell off a cliff. Tried to put up a fight here. Didn't even attempt to put up a fight at this support level and panicked down here. I caught it literally right here. I tried to buy at 3.6, 500,000 or maybe 400,000 shares. I didn't get filled a single one. Had a nice bounce from there, would have made a good amount of money. But I was ready. I vowed not to mess it up if it happened again. And it went into a second panic here. I was watching it carefully, see if it would make a higher low at this level. It did not. Panic below that, and I picked up like, I think like 400,000 shares at like 3.2. I got some, I think at 3.25, 3.27, 3.29, up in this area. And that was a pretty nice bounce. I sold a lot of them way too soon. I think I sold all of them by 3.4, man, and it went as high as 3.69. So I sold too soon, but that was still a nice dip buy. Again, I called that one out live on the mic in the Discord, and hopefully, you know, some of you guys were in that one with me. But we had a lot of really good plays today overall. ILUS was just printing on these dip buys today. I mean, what a chart, man. What a chart. This thing is just nice. You know, it pretty much went straight into a panic right at open. Sold off from 39 all the way down to 33. And then Jack Kellogg put the bottom in. He bought 700,000 shares at 3.305, and it bounced from there. I think he sold them in this first candle, but then it, you know, bounced here, came back down, made a higher high, had some nice consolidation, and then right here was where, you know, this was kind of the best entry in my opinion. So it was hugging VWAP. Let me actually pull up VWAP for you. There we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm still learning how to use this. So you can see it was hugging VWAP after it had like a really nice kind of consolidation area here, really nice kind of wedge. Volume washed out, selling pretty much died off, and at that point, you know, holding VWAP, I started buying, and we got like a random, I think it was like 150K bid that stepped in out of nowhere. I saw that, I just slapped the ask, and it had a really nice rip from there, and actually broke high a day. But then ended up failing, coming back down, and seeing some panic. But there were some nice dip buys in there. You know, this was a nice dip buy. There were some in here that were a little bit tough, but then, you know, this one had a nice bounce. This one ended up having a nice bounce as well. I got messed up on this one right here. I chased a little bit here. Was hoping it would go higher. Ended up cutting right before it bounced, and I couldn't get any more shares. A lot of the times, you know, they have a really big spread on this, so it makes it very difficult. The market makers, if you try to be patient, sell on the ask. They're just gonna undercut you and you won't be able to get filled. So a lot of times, you gotta be aggressive and sell on the bid, which stinks when there's a, half a cent spread, because that makes a huge difference. 10,000 shares, half a cent spread, that's $50 you just lost there. So you do that over and over with, bigger size than that, you're losing hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a day on that. So a little bit frustrating, but overall, still probably one of the greatest plays in the market at this point right here. There were some good listed plays today. I don't even remember what they were though. I didn't trade them at all, so I can't really talk to those. But at this point, guys, we got this chart that's looking like this. And obviously this is a red day. This is what I was expecting. But the question becomes, what happens from here? Because a lot of times when you get a run like this, you'll see a much bigger panic. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. We got some key levels that we need to hold here for this to keep going. What I would love to see, my ideal world, would be this thing to pull just another one of these guys. So again, look at this. Look at this right here on this run, right? So it rips up, we get a nice red candle, but it doesn't go all the way back down. It's not like a smothering red candle. It's not a crushing red candle. It's just, we're a little overextended. Let's get a little pullback. Some nice wedging, breaks to a new high. Even here, man, a nice red candle, but it's still right at the highs. So don't let the color of the candle worry you. It's more about, where it is. From there, it held the gains nicely, ripped to new highs. And from there, it did pull back. It did barely break this candle, but, barely. And it immediately bounced back. And we had some choppy days up in here. So this, was a little bit iffy. But then it rips again. Nice little red candle. Rips again. Got a nice red candle here, right at those highs, still holding those highs. And then we get another leg. And now we got another red candle, still holding near those highs. So at this point, guys, I would love to see this have one more day of even tighter range. As annoying as that would be to day trade, I would love to see it where, maybe we get a morning panic, but it bounces off of, I don't know, 3-4 or something like that. Or 335, and then it comes back up and it fails here, and we kind of finish the day at 37 or something like that. If that starts to happen and it starts to go sideways like we saw before, I don't even know if I can go back that long. Okay, Jesus, it's being annoying. Let's see. This is the day it went sideways, guys. And this price action was super clean, like a half-cent range, just really tight for hours and hours and hours. So if we get this again up here, guys, I'm going to take a bunch of shares. I'm going to have to. And I'm going to sit on them, and I'm going to let them do their thing. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I feel like the really important levels, I would have to say, are kind of these lows, from here. So I would say probably 33 cents is a really important level to hold. 31 cents, and obviously that 30-cent area, because after that, it's back down to 25. Doesn't seem like there's much more support after that. So if we can hold these levels and consolidate in this area, I would love to see this thing rip even more. Now, I'm combining those words. There are some days on this chart where, you see it's really just kind of one red candle, also here for the extension, here, same thing. So maybe we get another leg higher just right out of the gate. I probably wouldn't be able to take huge sides for that without some more consolidation. But again, I'd love to day trade that. So I'll just keep this one on watch, guys. But this is probably my biggest watch tomorrow still at this point, because man, it's just so much range, so much potential for profit, both long and short. One other chart I want to point out to you guys is FERN. This had a really nice breakout. I don't know why it wasn't on my radar, but this is the exact same chart we've been talking about, guys. So, nice spike, dump, curl back up, nice breakout here, and then it had a huge red day on this one. But right here, it kind of wedged and then broke out beautifully above these highs. I didn't see it until it's too late. I didn't really feel like chasing and sitting on shares. But this thing had just a beautiful breakout. Just absolutely beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. So I'm a little disappointed, that I missed this one. But it is what it is. It's a really nice chart. And it's just another example of all these things that are working, guys. So I did pick up some more OCLG today. I think we get the same thing on this chart. I now have 500,000 of this. I bought some more ILST. I now have 500,000 of this. This actually did have a red day, so maybe we get more, another pullback here. I'm fine buying more. That's what wants to happen. JPEX, guys, another example. Again, I've been talking about these custodianship plays. I mean, they just go on and on. KRFG, this one actually got stuffed a little bit today. I was trying to buy more, but I didn't get filled. I think my limit was too low. It never printed that low. I think I tried to buy at 1.5. Probably should have bought a little bit higher, but I'm still keeping an eye on this one. Yeah, I'm still keeping an eye on this one. But I'm excited to see what this thing does. Let's see what else, guys. FCGD. This one's starting to go up, and I got 2 million shares. So every 100th of a penny is 200 bucks. This was a nice day on that one. I'm up 500 something bucks on this unrealized. I could sell it and take that, but I'm gonna hold this until it breaks these highs, and it's gonna be great. What else do we have? Yeah, I'm still holding NUVM, guys. This is still a play. I'm still sitting on this, guys. I haven't sold any shares. I could have sold for a big profit, in this pop day after I talked about it, but no, I'm still holding these. I still like it. Got some more GMPR today. I'm still holding ABRI. As soon as we get news on this thing, it's gonna go. It will go. I think this easily breaks $1 here. I got 10,000 shares, so that should be really fun when it goes. Until then, it's going to be ugly. It might fade off down to here. If so, I'll just buy more shares. Honestly, this is a lotto that if it gets any type of news, it's like you're sneezing on it with a nuclear bomb. And it just goes crazy. So that's why I'm holding these. Let's see. I bought some FBCD today. Felt like a chase, man, but this thing just keeps pushing higher. So, I felt like I had to pick some up. If it gets a big red day, it is what it is, man. Again, I gotta reiterate, I am the only person who has sold this low on this stock in the last 3 months or more, 4 months, something like that. There's not a person alive on planet Earth who has sold this stock for a cheaper price than me, which really makes me mad. Again, I stopped out like 500K at 105 on this day. Just really stinks. So again, I chased like 200K up here and pretty much paid the same price as I did for my 500K down here. Almost. Not quite that bad, but pretty much. So that's not fun. But it is what it is. And then ABVH, I still want to talk about this. It had a red day here, which maybe it was due for. Nice lower volume day. I appreciate that. But honestly, this still looks like great consolidation to me. I still see this as great consolidation, and I still see this as a sign that this thing may be heading higher soon. Honestly, if I had to guess, it's holding these levels really well. So I'd like to get some. I'll probably pick some up. I can't get a ton, but maybe I'll get 100, 200K, something like that. Sit on them because I think it probably breaks those highs at some point. So that's a nice one. We got a couple other ones I'm still waiting on, but that's pretty much it for now. The other ones are not pink current yet. They're not even yield signs, so I can't buy them on E-Trade. So for that reason, I'm not mentioning them yet. Once I get some, I'll definitely let you know. I'm just kind of waiting on these to go pink current. IFAN, that was tough. I watched that one run today. Oh, luckily it did pull back. I really want some shares of this bad boy. I mean, that's coming really close to breaking out of this level, man. Really, really close. Again, you get these breakouts, and this thing could run to 5 cents, 6 cents, 7 cents. So just crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So much money to be made here. I feel like the overall market's dumping, but OTC land is just like hotter than ever. I mean, yeah, I guess not hotter than ever. Nothing beats January, February, but pretty close, man. All right, so now I just want to go in and do a little bit of a replay here. So this is my Schwab account, and I'll have to blur out my account number, but it's just pretty cool. I already placed one short order because I'm expecting to start tanking. You can see I put my position box. Normally it's not here, but I put it here so you guys can see kind of daily profit. There, I'm shorting some more. Still not filled any yet. There we go, just filled 10,000 short. You can see my daily change up here. So that's how much I'm technically up on the day. And I'm actually kind of sleeping on this one. I'm watching on like so many different screens and stuff like that I'm like super delayed in covering. So I think I give back a good amount of money on this one by not covering as quickly as I probably should. But it is what it is. So, this is why I love shorting. I love being able to panic, make money from obvious panics. And again, those of you guys who were super strong on ILUS, don't get butthurt by the fact that I'm shorting. I would short my own mother. I've already talked about this if she got too overextended. And me shorting does not hurt your stock because I just buy it back lower and I help provide support at those levels. So it's going to panic with or without me. And if it squeezes me, then I'll be the one buying it at higher prices. So I have a net zero impact on this stock. But you know, it's nice to be able to profit off of some pretty predictable panics. So you know, we're like a minute and a half into the day. I've already made 450 bucks. Feeling pretty good. You can't see the level 2. That's the other thing. I wish I had some way of pinning good level 2 here, but if I have any, like E-Trade's level 2 or Stocks Trade level 2, I can't pin it. I can't pin it here because every time I click, it just goes to the back. For whatever reason, Desk Pins does not work on that, and I don't like Thinkorswim's, you know, level 2 that much. I'm just not really a huge fan of it. Maybe in the future, if I know there's gonna be a panic, I'll put it down here on this chart or something like that, just so you guys can see it a little bit better, and at least reference it and see kind of what's going on. See the bids stacking in this replay. But you can see I'm short 80,000 shares now, up 1,450 bucks already. You know, we're 3 minutes into the day. I remember working for, I mean, God. My 2-week paycheck at my work study in college used to be like 200 bucks, literally. Like working in a hot office, doing data entry, just mind-numbingly boring. I mean, look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that cheese. $2,000. We're like 3 minutes into the day. I mean, this is just wild. I mean, it's just printing money here. And the level 2 is still pretty weak. That's why I'm still short. You know, that's why I haven't covered anything. Typically, I'll cover into weakness even before I think it's turning, because typically once it starts turning, it's impossible to get any type of fill until you give back a lot of your profits. And that's actually what ends up happening here. So you'll see I end up covering a lot right around this area where it is right now, even though it dumps a lot lower. So you can see my overall profits right now, $2,700 on the day. Even on the level 1, you can still tell it's really heavy. We're seeing those purple prints, it means it's printing under the bid. There's a lot of people selling, market selling, just trying to get out of this thing. Yellow is when it's, you know, printing over, but I'm not concerned by that at this point. Still a lot of selling. You can see, I mean, technically I'm up 3,186 here. I go up even more than this, but again, I don't manage to cover any down here, unfortunately. If I were more on the ball, I probably could have covered, you know, some here, but I was trying to long it too, and I also didn't want to cover too soon and then not be able to reshort. So right about here is where Jack Kellogg starts buying. Again, he bought like 700,000 shares, pretty wild. You can see some pretty big prints go through. You know, we see a 200K sell right there, but I mean, yeah, just like that. Now it's bouncing. I was over 4,000 there for a second. But you know, it just bounces immediately all the way up to 34, 900K on the bid at 34, man. Already going up. Just now I start to cover. So I mean, I've already given back. You see, I was up over 4,000. Now it says, you know, 2,400, 2,300. I mean, that's wow. I gave back a lot there. And that's part of, you know, part of that is my fault for not being, not really paying attention. Now, I do think I got some long in E-Trade on that dip buy. So I did make, you know, some on that bounce, not just giving back on that bounce on my short. But, you know, it is what it is. I just wanted to share this with you guys just to show kind of that this is what it looks like to make money when something is panicking. And I end up re-shorting some there because it looks weak again. You know, it comes back down a little bit. But then I end up covering. It gets a little choppy, so I don't want to make you guys sit through all that. But moral of the story, I kind of, you know, goes up, goes back down, ends up seeing a nice bounce, yada yada, short some into the bounce, etc., etc. And, you know, I end up, you know, about 4,000 something by the end of the you know, hour and a half recording. So just pretty wild. But the majority of that was made in the first dump there. So pretty freaking crazy. And just cool to be able to do this and share this with you guys, make this much money from home, because seriously, like, wow. I mean, I don't know any other profession where you can make this much money just by sitting at your house and I don't know, playing with charts and stuff. So anyways, that's it for today, guys. We got a lot of stuff. Wait, actually I lied, not it. There's one more chart I gotta show you. It's VTXB. This is one that I called out a little bit ago. It had, had a really nice day, and then a dip, and then an even bigger dip, and I ended up buying a bunch down here, like a bunch. I bought a ton. I mean, I pretty much bottom ticked this. I got so many shares. I sold a little bit when it popped. They had a tweet and said, they're gonna be pink current soon, so it did pop there. They had just filled me like almost, I think like 160,000, right, like 2.4, so that was epic. So now I have 238,000 shares of this, and I like to hold it for the rip over here. Once it goes pink current and they drop some news, this thing should break those highs. But in the meantime, it may dip down back to 2, may go to 1.5. I have no idea. But I'm excited about this one as well because it moves really, really thinly. I mean, it's super thinly traded, and I just love those. And the fills are not too horrible either. So yeah, that is it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, you know the drill. Let's grow better together. Bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.